Hello, hello. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Are you look surprised at me? Well, I'm the king of verticals. And here's my my throne right here. See, nice and plush. You can have a seat. I'll grab another chair so you can interview me.
And first, I always like to start with like a little introduction of the
Mhm.
person that I'm speaking with. So,
Sure. Just adjust. Go.
maybe,
I'm just sorry. I was just adjusting the frame. Go ahead.
oh yeah, of course. Maybe you want to introduce yourself because yeah, people
Sure.
already
Are we?
know
I got
about me.
Moskowitz, and I am the self-proclaimed king of verticals. Why am I the king of verticals? Because I'm going to be my 80th, 80 vertical production miniseries this coming Sunday, which means, and that's in the course of 2 years, 24 months, right? So if you're doing the math, we're talking a couple of times a week, as my left brain friend in the gym, we were talking about the other day, goes, "That's a couple times a week." I go, "Yeah, right? Crazy." You try that on for size as far as, different scripts a week, right? Different wardrobes, different crews. That's why, and I love it all. I love the challenge and going on a set. A lot of, I recognize a couple people. I love that. I love looking at the call sheet and see who I'm going to be working with. See, the cast. Oh, cool. We work together. That's so, it's kind of like school, like, different classes, like, university classes or high school, right? Right. And you go, oh man, that's so cool. We work, we know each other through, as an example, let's say I'm making this up, like the baseball team, like as if you're in school, right? The baseball team, we're in the same drama program. We were in the same English class. You know what I mean? When you go up in high school and it's like, oh, that's cool. We get to see each other again, especially nowadays when it's all, online, right?
Yeah.
It's all social media. It's kind of nice to see people in person, especially post pandemic. So I love that aspect of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, but I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born on Christmas. Every Christmas, I play Santa Claus on the side, make thousands of dollars playing Santa Claus. As a side note, and it does slow down in the industry, like mid-December through the end of the year, industry wide, verticals and outside of verticals. And I'm in two Super Bowl commercials coming up, not in the past. People, is it, it, is it coming up? Yeah, it's coming up right now, just on February 8th. This interview will probably be around the time it'll be or when you release this interview, that's when it'll probably air, the Super Bowl, February 8th, 2026.
Yeah.
So,
Somewhere like that. I will
do you
release it,
watch
I think.
oh, what's that? I'm sorry, Sunny.
I think I will release it. I have two more before this one.
Oh,
Maybe
okay. So
no
so
three.
so but anyway, so if they do, let's say this airs, let's say this is released, posted on your page, Instagram, after the 8th, at least they could see it,
Yeah.
and I'll be able to see it. I haven't seen it either. I just know certain things about it. I signed the NDA, NDA of both productions. So twice I worked like I've like prayed and wished I could be in Super Bowl commercials for like 30 years and see everybody else do it. Finally, not just one, but two. Four national spots, music videos I've been in. I've been in 60 plus music videos. So I don't just do verticals, Darman videos. That's, Darman is.
Yeah.
He's got over 26 million followers. But I know the Super Bowl, it's watched by worldwide. It's not just 127 million people in America.
Well,
Global. It's a global thing. And then, oh, by the way, the World Cup. One of them. I'll just say it's a faith-based commercial that I'm featured in as part of an ensemble, and that's going to be also aired during the World Cup, which is June and July of this year in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. In case anybody was wondering. And I'm enjoying my throne. It's very nice and plush, and it's very cushy on my tuchus. And I don't want to promote Burger King, but that's so as I flipped it around. The Burger King I got yesterday just for you and this wonderful interview. Anyway, I digress.
mm, have you always wanted to become an actor when you were young, or did you have other
Mhm.
dreams?
No, I when I was young somebody else asked me the same the other day, it's a great question, fan thank you for asking it. When I was younger in Brooklyn, New York, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, Sheepshead Bay section, in case anybody's wondering, and I have Super 8 millimeter films of me playing puppets with the kids in the building and, doing puppet shows. I w I would make believe I was on the radio, and I did get in a radio for 15 I was in radio for I had a radio career for 15 years in the span of the 40 years of acting, 15 years radio career. So it took me 40 years to crack the acting code. So, and talk radio, news talk radio, doing,
Mhm.
producing radio shows, anchoring the news, hosting on occasion. Looking back, I wish I did it that more, the hosting aspect, and producing shows, winning awards in Phoenix predominantly. Anyway, so yeah, I did start out early, and I was on a kids game show called Wonderama in the mid 70s. That's how old I am. My mom was a nurse on the show, behind the scenes, not on. People go, "Oh, was she on the show?" No, she was behind the scenes. A kids game show called Wonderama, and it was at NBC Studios. Have you been to NBC Studios in New York and Rockefeller? Oh, you should, especially around Christmas. Well, it's very busy. They have the skating rink and they put the tree up. It's like, to me, ground central for Christmas, in my opinion, in the United States. The Christmas huge Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. Anyway, so that was I kind of caught the performance bug by being at NBC Studios in New York, Rockefeller Center. Keep in mind, like, you go up you go through the hallways in the elevator up to where the studio was, Wonderama, the kids' game show, mid 70s, and you see like a microphone with a spotlight on it. And it's like it was like larger than life. And then years later, who knew I was going to be in radio? And I never thought, I go, man, that's a kid from Brooklyn. That's beyond my dreams. It's like, man, that's beyond me. How the hell am I gonna reach that pinnacle to, people I'm talking about, like, broadcasting, like, oh my god, the people in broadcasting, your Larry Kings of the world, Howard Stern, or if it's Sean Hannity, whatever. No, what, it doesn't matter your political affiliation, it has to do with broadcasting, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So it could be any Howard Stern or Sean Hannity, this one, that, Larry King. It's just like, my god, these guys are just it's just a pretty heady feeling, like, oh my god, how do you now it's like, I can cream these people. I'm the king of media, king of international worldwide media, self-proclaimed, of course. King of comedy, I'm the king of comedy. I'm the king of music. I'm the king of verticals. Anyway, hope I answered in the roundabout way. And then, Revenge of the Nerds, 1984. I was in Tucson, Arizona, 19 years old, and I got a part, even though it was not speaking, to work with the Hollywood stars that became big stars on Revenge of the Nerds. And I go, oh my god, Hollywood came to Tucson and the tracking shots and the stunts. I go, this and the wardrobe. This is pretty cool. Like, and that's why I decided, if I want to go be the best filmmaker, I need to go to the best film school, which is USC, 1986. And then I moved to LA.
Mhm.
No regrets. No regrets.
How did you came across verticals?
Said again, how did I?
How did you learn about the verticals?
Yeah, great question. So my buddy, he used to be watching this video. His name is Aaron Feder, and a lot of people know Aaron Feder and have worked with him. I think he's the most amazing, smartest guy. He said flattery gets me out everywhere. So there, I think he's just an incredible human being. Aaron Feder, he's a fight coordinator and he's an intimacy coordinator, but he's also a phenomenal actor. Aaron, maybe you interviewed him. He's just a phenomenal guy.
Not
Smart. I
yet.
told him, I was impressed that he knew what the meaning of martini shot is. It's an industry word for the last shot of the day. Martini, not the last shot of the set, the last shot of the day, right before wrap. Anyway, so Aaron says to me, I'll never forget this. He goes, "You want to get on the? You might want to get on this." This is back before anybody knew what verticals was. He goes, "It's a vertical. Shoot it vertically." Back then, it was Chinese vertical miniseries. Now it's not
Mhm.
political. Because the money comes from all over. It's not just from China, although it's China based, right? It's vertical, so people could. But it says it's not even the audience from China. The 1.4 billion. It's they watch it vertically. They shoot it vertically, watch it vertically. Anyway, so he says, "Hey, this is production. The NIFA, New York Film Academy students. They graduates, and I went to USC. So I'm like, okay. And it was in Bel Air. So I went, and actually, it was a horrible experience. Although, ironically, that director I assume later on we worked twice before, the Chinese woman and a lovely woman. We became friends. I mean, like where we actually have lunch together now on the set. I ask her questions about, hey, when she edits and the notes she makes. I mean, so anyway, but the irony is I had a bad experience. They told me I'm doing and the first AD was kind of a bitch. I won't say her name. I'm bitchy. Okay. And I realize, these people, as Aaron mentioned, oh, I shouldn't, this is kind of talking out of school here, that, they just got out of film school and, just need to be patient with it. Because I've done other things with, keep on, I've done 300 productions, 300 total since 300 plus since 2022. Music videos, including Justin Timberlake, Avril Lavigne, Rita Ora, and Demi Lovato. I just made her album cover. Darman videos, other independent films, right? And so there's vertical, so it's bad experience. But I kept at it. It just added up. And ironically, again, that director I had initial issue with the first one. I worked with her twice before. I can't wait to work with her again. Anyway, I hope that answered. That's how I got it through the friend. I'm like, okay, I'll do. What the heck? And I'm like, oh man, this is kind of cool. It was quick. It's soap opera style. There's a lot of
Yeah.
dialogue. Now it's like, it's mastered. Now I like to think I mastered it. Mastery of the art, the vertical genre. Who knew that would be a genre? Like comedy, sci-fi, musicals. Verticals is its own genre of filmmaking.
Yeah. I think I never spoke to somebody before that has done 80, so you're the first.
Oh, thank you. And even and I'm saying just in general, I want to say, yeah, I'm and I talk to other people on sets. I go, wow, 80. Now keep in mind, and I get it. The
The
principals
principal.
do like the main actors. Like usually do supporting or day player stuff, right? Because let's face it, I'm not like the most handsomest guy, right? So the principals, the very good looking people, who I'm very fond of, and they do an outstanding job. And I'm amazed at the breadth of the dialogue they memorize is and I applaud them for their success, is what was they do let's say 12 to 16, the principal what we call the principals, right? The main actors, man or woman, and they do 12, 16. We kind of it was funny we talk about it, like how many days, because they worked, let's say 7, 8, the vertical shoots are usually 7 or 8 days, right?
Yeah.
They're shooting a feature film length project in 8 days. They're doing 12 to 14 pages a day. They or myself, right? We're talking 12 to 14-hour days in span of 8 days, which is in a week, right? Week and a half. So what I'm getting at is they go, okay, if they worked, you do the math, right? They've worked 12 to 16 productions, 8 days each one. That's like 80 to 90 days total, right? For me, 80 days time. It's not just 80 productions. It's some of them have been 2 days when I play a butler, not just one day, So I'd say close to 100 production days, of course, of 2 years. So which means I'm averaging 2 to 3 days a week doing verticals and different verticals. Those are
Yeah.
different verticals. So that's that. This is the comparison and how that all works out. So yeah, and even women. I don't think there's a woman or man that has done 80. I think there's a woman that a director once during lunch goes, "Hey everybody, I hope I don't." He says to the, and I won't say who. He's a nice guy actually. Hey everybody, I hope I don't embarrass you, to the woman, but so and so has done at the time 60. And I wanted to email. I've been meaning to email him. Hey, I'm actually not an 80 now. Is that a record? So anyway, 80. It's but can I say one thing? Like when you think about 80, right? And we get into other things, your other questions. I don't want to bore people. You go, people work regular jobs, right? Like I've done shit, regular day jobs that are outside of acting, right? We've all had to do it. Now I do this full time, and so like you work. I worked in radio for 15 years. There's certain one job I had for 6 years producing radio shows. That was every day, a 2 week vacation. I was, and you're working every day. So you're working 300 days a year, So to me, it's like, and by the way, I don't, what we call phone in. I can't take every role serious. Like this next role coming up, I do equal prep for every role. You know what I mean? I don't, when radio, and maybe the other professions would say, yeah, so and so's phoned it in. mean like Robert De Niro. Yeah, he's just phoning it in. Meaning phoning it in means just they're just they just don't even work hard at it. They just they just show up and do it instead of really doing some prep. So I
Uh-huh.
take every once, and that's just my opinion about Robert De Niro. I think he's just kind of cookie cutter, phoning it in. The let's say his performance, not really putting a lot of effort into it. I'll give you an example. So I don't do that. I really put a lot of care into each role.
How do you prepare? That's one of my questions.
Yeah. Yes. Everyone. Yeah. And how do I prepare? Right. Not just do I prepare, but how. Right.
Yeah,
Cheers, by the way.
how?
Pink up. In case you're wondering, you guys in the virtual world, pink and
um,
apple and
I
cherry.
didn't say anything of what you're trying to do just now.
Oh yeah. Oh, I was trying. I kind of got invisible drink. Pikachu. Anyway, so how I prep. I prep, and I was showing another actor this. I said, "The way I prep is unlike any other actor or most actors. Everybody does their own thing, and I tape myself the day before, like what's called a self tape. When an actor auditions, like I
Mhm.
cut 5 to 10 self tapes a day. That's like auditions for other things, other verticals, right? So I'm taping myself. Why? Because I want to see how it plays out. I'm like my own director. I want to see how it plays out, where I'm talking too fast, where I need to take the beats. It's how the audience views it. Now we're getting to the art form, right? Of acting. The acting. Now I sound like Stanislavski, but it's true. It works for me. It's a variance, a 2026 variance on method acting and different. It's a tool, in your videotape. So I do that, and I actually show the directors. I'll email it to them. Sometimes I go, or I'll show them on the set. Hey, you got 90 seconds. Let me just show you how I the videotape that I did the night before of this scene, and just get your feedback. And that's like saves a lot of time. And they let me. The thing for me as an actor is they let it breathe. Like let me take my time with it. Most actors in any form, not just verticals, Darman videos, the newbies, the amateurs, just newbies, they're rushing it. They're rushing it. They're barreling through the dialogue just because you have the memories. See, acting is not just about memory; it's about the
Mhm.
feel. So anyway, that's the prep, and I write notes in the script. Like I go, oh yeah, like it's a form of method acting. This is nothing new. Where I'll write notes in the script that are life experiences I've had. So it has some gravitas to it, some weight, right? And it shows on the screen when I self tape myself, the tapes I was telling you about, and it's from experience. Again, experience is a wonderful thing because I go, oh yeah, it really showed when I did that technique of writing it out, and which was anchored in a personal experience that's correlated. It's called substitution. I'm reading Ivana Chubuk's acting book, and it's called substitution. That's what I do. I call it transference, but substitution. So that's what I do. So the tape, pre-tape myself, notes in the script, and memorization. And I have to work 20 times because of my age. I have to work. When you get older, it's a bitch to remember words. And anybody who's older will tell you the same thing. If they don't, that they're full of shit. Can I say shit on this video?
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to say shit. FCC is not going to come on you,
no.
and I'm not going to get canceled. All right. No. So I have to work 20 times harder than somebody who's younger. They just like have this superhero skill, and I admire that, and I applaud you guys who are able to memorize so much dialogue. Me, just a couple of paragraphs. Like, oh, not anymore. I mean, I do it every day, so I kind of like it's not as hard, for me, but because I do it every day. Anyways, I hope that answers how I do the prep.
Yeah, for sure. Um, when you are on set, do you also have sometimes like a bloopers?
Oh, bloopers?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I mean all the.
or funny moment you want to
Oh
share?
God, yeah, yeah. And let me just say this, and I want yes, and the key to great acting is failing upward. Fail as much as you can to fail upward. As a side note, January 22 got to observe Jeff Bridges, the great Oscar-winning Jeff Bridges on the set of The Old Man. I worked on that for about 6 days, in Pomona, right? Pomona here, right? It's at this mansion. It was an outside scene. I'm like, oh my god! And this is right after the pandemic, and I'm like, oh, and I thought, oh my. And keep in mind, no actor, major actor, was going to work on a series, right? I'm like, oh my god, Jeff. Anyway, so I go, I'm going to actually observe Jeff Bridges, the great. Like, how the hell? It's intimidating. Like, what is somebody who's won an Oscar Academy Award, right?
Yeah.
What is it they do that I'm not doing? And when I saw him, I'm like, holy shit, he's a human being. What do I mean by that? Yes, he puts on his pants the same way and underwear and shirts the way we do, but yeah, he was making mistakes. Okay, I'm like, Jeff Bridges makes mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, you think, what are these people like working out? What do they do? Yeah, like if somebody who's built and like a bodybuilder, what do they do to get built and this and that? What's their secret? And it's just really failing. It's failing or just not worrying about making mistakes. Just do it. You get the mistakes out of the way. You got to. What I learned to be successful, you got to get, and including filmmaking and comedy, you just got to get the mistakes out of the way as quick as you can to fail upwards. That's not a new concept. There's been books on that. Failing up, fail fast, fail upward. So, which gets to, yeah, the set, man. I'm just thinking, just the crazy shit that I've done. It's just, not worrying about failing, just, doing it, crazy stuff. Sometimes I'll say, "Oh, a fuck up I had." Can I say fuck up too? I said shit, I said fuck up, and it was a vertical, I won't say which one, where one of the techniques I do, again, it's gonna call substitution or transference, is where I'll actually visualize, like, Elon Musk on somebody's face, right? Like, I'm looking at, a lot of the verticals, it's very similar themes and similar verbiage, right? And one of them is always, oh, this person is really important, even though it's a young person, they're really important. They're the head of this organization, and however they got it, inherited it or whatever. And so I'll envision like Elon Musk is standing right, like almost like you look at somebody, but I'm looking at Elon Musk, like I'm looking, right? And I said the word. This is okay. This is the fuck up I did, the blooper, but it got on the film. They used it. I said, oh, I'm supposed to say Mr. Dodge. And what do? I say Mr. Doge. Remember Elon Musk was head of Doge and cutting all the, cutting a lot of government workers, right, to cut the fat, drain the swamp, where aside from policy, I'm just saying. So I said Doge instead of Dodge, and then later on in the scene, I said Dodge, and I go, oh my god! I mean, somebody could totally nail me, crucify me for that. I know I fucked up, but but it got in the vertical. It got in the vertical. Want me to show you? Don't tell anybody I showed you this, okay? Can I show you?
Yeah.
Norman,
But
Oh, I don't know if you can
the
see this. Oh,
yeah.
anyway, I was gonna show you where I said Doge twice, Mr. Doge, Mr. Doge. I'm so sorry, Mr. Doge. Please forgive me. Great to see. I'm saying, what a fuck, a screw up. What the hell was I thinking? But you live and learn. Like I gotta, it's like a chiropractor. I gotta like, go, all right, and that's the thing. You gotta learn from your mistakes, but don't be afraid to make them.
Yeah.
If you're afraid, you're not gonna grow. That's how you grow. That's greatness. Timothy Chalamet is an inspiration for me in that way. He puts himself out there. He's not worried about failure. Challenges himself. It's Timothy Chalamet. Well, he's in Marty Supreme now, the movie, which is nominated. Anyway, Ross. So I hope that answered that question. I'm sorry for a little, but like that's a big screw up. And I hope this helps other actors too, as far as their approach.
Is that something you would advise to a new actor, what you just said?
Say it again. What's the advice? What was that? I'm sorry.
If that what you just said was is something you would advise to a new actor, or do you have
Yeah.
other advice?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes. So and I do try to help new actors. Like, hey, unless they ask me, but I'll say I kind of help show them the way with acting portals to get jobs. But I'll say, this is what I do. Here, let me show you the video. It's kind of hard to show in the video. I could show you like here, but it'll get like a vanish or something for.
Yeah.
But so I'll show them the video I did the night. I go, here, this is my approach. Check this out. This is what I do. You may want to consider it. I'm not, it's free of charge, right? This is my technique. Somebody said, well, it does, that works for you. Yeah, but try it. Give it a shot. Pre-tape yourself. See, because the thing is, you want to see how perception is reality. I learned that when I was in radio, and one of my mentors said to me, and because I was perceiving a situation one way, but other people could perceive it another, that kind of thing. And it was a marketing thing we're doing. I was in radio. I also did marketing, okay, for sports teams that we're affiliated with, us, our sports partners. Anyway, so I always remember that term, perception is reality. So it's how the audience views you when because a lot of newbies, again, they rush it. And I tell friends of mine, I said, you rush it. You rushed it in an independent film you did. You're just talking way too fast. And it's not because I'm an older person, but, you know, look at the films that are made. Look, if whoever, Janet Ortega or uh, Leonardo DiCaprio or Tom Cruise, they're not talking it's not rapid fire barreling through it just because it's a newbie mistake. When you know the dialogue, you got to remember it. And you go, kids invariably do that mistake. And then you get out of the feel. And, it's not just memorization, but the feel. So, and feel it, and just and the key to acting, and it's so easy to say, right? And so easy but it's not easy to do. Just be yourself. So when you got a set,
Yeah.
it's you, it's the shit coming out of your mouth. And it happened in talk radio. We would one of my bosses said, yeah, you got as a producer, she's telling me, as my boss is telling me as a producer, you got to keep feeding this one talk show host, keep feeding feeding him the information. My boss didn't have a lot of confidence in my boss and the talk show host's judgment. Just keep feeding him like feeding him, whatever's going on in the world. That's my strength as, you know, as a producer in talk radio is, taking all this complex information. So it's coming out of your mouth, that dialogue. That's why they hired you, because of your look and come out of your mouth. If the director could do it, they would. Or, I'm not. This is not denigration of anybody in this crew. I'm just saying if they could do it, it's easy. I've talked to crew members that go, no, 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 I'm a behind the scenes person. So that's like I know what the crew is thinking. They go, yeah, they couldn't do it. And likewise, can we do what they do? No. But so you're hired for a reason. Your certain look, the words coming out of your mouth. Hope so. Just be yourself. I hope that helps.
Um, what or who inspired you to go into like the film business?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, so it gets back to Revenge of the okay, so yeah, again, in the 70s, 6 times in that game show called Wonderama. My mom was a nurse behind the scenes. Then 1984, Revenge of the Nerds, Tucson, Arizona. Got very lucky. Just the right time, right place. It really does come to that, but you gotta hustle to be successful, I think, especially nowadays. So that and clicking with the director, Jeff Canoe of Revenge of the Nerds, like, oh my God, I totally click with this guy. Some of the other actors are a little snobby. Not all. John Goodman, who became a star uh, on Revenge of the Nerds, from Revenge, once after Revenge of the Nerds, John Goodman became really famous. Worked on Roseanne Barr, other things. Uh, James Cromwell, Anthony Edwards, some nice people, very personable, even though it was a background, but principal background, right?
Mhm.
Ted McGinley. Uh, so there's a click, and so what I'm getting at that inspired. I go, oh, this is if I want to be the best filmmaker, I got to go to this is my logic at the time, and it's true. I think it's true still. To be the best filmmaker, you got to go to the best film school. I think nowadays you just make films, get the failure out of the way, get your shitty ass, get just make your mistakes, the shitty ass concepts, whatever. And I thought were so great. Just get them out of the way, out of your system, so you can get greatness. So that's what did. And then I moved to LA. Boy, was that competition. But looking back, I go, there really isn't you know what the competition is? Coming up with great ideas. I thought, oh my God, these kids come from money. They're connected. Like one guy, Matt Weiner, who I went to film school with, he did Mad Men. He is a showrunner for Mad Men. And then he went on to, after film school, he went on to write for Sopranos. So these guys had connections. Brian Singer, who I went to film school with, he did X-Men and other films, John Singleton. So like, oh man, these people have connections, but it's really You got to have great concepts, I think.
It's,
So that's what inspired me. And here I am, a roundabout way, now doing the acting, and thank God for successful at it, finally clicking into place for me because I
yeah.
hustle. And it's a skill set. You got to get better at it.
Uh, what is one of your most memorable moments with acting?
Yeah. So what's one of my more memorable moments as far as doing vertical? Like what the best? Like, yeah, one of them. Is that what you asked? I want to make
Yeah,
sure I
yeah,
understood. Yeah, I
yeah.
always say radio. Make sure you understand the question.
You understand
That's one thing
correctly.
I learned in radio too from a POS boss that I don't like, but that's valid feedback. Make sure you understand what they're asking you, like another host.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's why I'll kind of repeat the questions to make sure I understand. Is when I played a skeezy pharmaceutical executive. I love that. I love that was I thought that was a very fun role for me, and it was very topical too because one of the other actors, who's a friend of mine, his name is Richmond Keeling. He played like a Louis. They based one of the characters on Luigi, the guy who killed the what's his name? His name is Luigi, but the guy who killed the healthcare exec in Manhattan. Remember that whole story? And now he's in prison in Brooklyn, New York. Luigi, I forget his last name. Anyway, I was thinking of the trumpet player because he's related to. Anyway, oh Mangione, Luigi Mangione. So they had one. I'm trying to pull up the video. So that's what, and I thought, oh, this is kind of cool, very topical. I'm playing this skeezy pharmaceutical exec, so you kind of get what happens as an actor. You get in the skin of somebody, and you go, oh, I want to see the motivations of why a skeezy, a slime ball. I'm not saying they're all slime balls. I'm just saying if you were a slime ball healthcare executive, the conspiracy is, and I'm not saying it's not true. Conspiracy is, the pharmaceutical and is in with the doctors are trying to promote these pharmaceuticals, get people weaned on it to make money, right? It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. And so I thought, oh, okay, let me see I was reading it also at the time. I was reading about that family that got busted for pushing. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I'm just going blank now. But they're pushing this, that this one medication, and they have to pay billions of dollars to the government for it, fine. So it's like, what motivates somebody to just, what's the ethics? I mean, like keep pushing it, pushing on people. Like, is it just money overrides the ethics, right? Of
Yeah.
people getting cooked on this Adderall or whatever the hell, Anyway, so I'm trying to pull this video up. So that was one of them. Another one was when I played. Oh, oh, sorry, I heard the video. And another one. I'm just trying to pull it up. Sorry. Okay, another one was where I played a skeezy tennis coach, and I love that role. Where I doctor up someone's. I was bribed with a Rolex, a $250,000 Rolex watch, to doctor up the blood tests of this tennis player so we can get the person who bribed me on the tennis team, right? And I love that. Why do I like that so much as an actor? Because it was the first time I really got to explore as an actor, getting close to somebody, but also talk softly. Because usually it's you're always projecting. But it's like, because you're mic'd up. Why the fuck do you have to project? I'm a guy who's been in radio. You always have to project, right? Get the voice across, get the message across. It's communication, getting the message clear, crystal clear. I get it. But here I'm actually talking about like, look, if you don't do this, you're gonna be kicked off the school. It's something like, what I mean? And it worked real like, oh, that was a game changer for me. So that one. And I just applied it to another role I just did. It was a wedding. There's a lot of wedding scenes in verticals, a lot of banquets. We laugh as vertical, like always a banquet scene, a wedding scene, right? And so I played this. I'm always playing like typically a rich scumbag guy. But I guess the way I come off in real life, people think I own, a Bentley, and that's great. I love, hopefully one day that'll come to me. I mean, the way I act, act as if and become. So one day I'll own a Bugatti, a $3 million Bugatti Veyron. Oh, I just did that recently, and I applied what I just was telling you, where I go, So I was mic'd up at the wedding, right? And the director could hear me. Director I work with, Danny Farber, I worked with him before, so I knew. And he knew, and this is it, when you work with directors like Casey Jackson, who I think is the most brilliant director ever. You work with these directors again and again. They kind of trust you now, and so I was able to go to this guy, lean into the other actor, and I go, and this is part of my line. I go, just so long as your girl pleases me in the bedroom. So I was able to do that intimately, and quite like, it's not just, hey, you bastard. It's always like yelling, fuck, projecting. It's like, no, and so I apply the Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, Marlon Brando approach to acting, not like a mafioso thing, but more give it some gravitas. You gotta have dynamics in your acting. So look, if you don't do, you know what I mean? So anyway, the voice. So that's why I love those roles I'm pinpointing. I'm I'm highlighting to you. So I hope that answered the question.
Yeah.
And they can find me, see some of these things on the link, my IMDb link, which I know you'll post under the video interview.
Yes.
Okay. Whew. Wipe my sweat on my brow.
um, what do you think about the online fan pages there is?
What do I think about the online something pages?
Yeah, for example, I have a fan page, of course. Um,
Like yours promoting verticals and into verticals, like vertical. Love it. In
vertical
fact, a woman,
pages. Yes.
yeah, you love it. And this woman named Cindy, and something you may want to consider too as well. So, Nay, this woman, I believe Cindy.
Yeah.
Forgive me, Cindy, if I.
I
You know,
know
she is
her.
Cindy. Yeah, she's great. Wonderful, warm, friendly person, and she's on the set. They gave her a background role on the set, so she can. And something you may want to do experience as well. She's really big fan of verticals. So what I think is wonderful. My God, verticals are predicted to grow another 5 years. Darman Videos just signed a 40 vertical project slate with Fox Studios. Incredible. Netflix is getting in the game. Other studios are getting into the verticals game. Predicted to, not just me. It's just Wall Street. The prediction is it's going to grow even further, the vertical media into 2030. Who knows? I think personally it's going to be like soap opera. Soap opera is always around. I always think verticals are always going to be around. In my opinion, even if it drops off after 2030, 2035, whenever, or a decade from now, what have you. But what I was going to say was, my point was, so I love it. It's like movie sites, movie reviewers. It's great. Let's talk about it more, please. We need more of you. Thank you. And by the way, I'm ever so grateful that you interviewed me to help promote verticals, the vertical genre, the vertical media. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's great. It's great even to platform that into getting the bigger stuff. It's great practice. You're getting what we call actors, but you're getting your reps in, man. You're getting your footage for your reels. It's
Mm.
great. And like, I won't say who, but some people think you got to go over the top in verticals. These are people who are not actors, right? As an actor, I'm like, no, you don't have to go. You got to play it straight. You play like when I was in
Yeah.
I was in Guardians of the Galaxy. I played Santa Claus. You play it fucking straight. You're not over the top in a Marvel movie. You play like Robert Downey Jr., who does a brilliant job. I think. I think he deserved the Oscar in the Avengers. I thought he totally got robbed by not, but it's a Marvel movie, so Hollywood. The theory is Hollywood's not going to nominate somebody in a Marvel movie. You know what I mean? It's
Mhm.
not serious. It's bullshit. It's great. It's still acting is acting, in my opinion, including commercials. So I think it's wonderful. Keep it up. More, please. There should be more awards. There should be like a. I know there's the short film awards that honor verticals. I think there should be like they call it the Verdi, like the Oscars, so the Verdis. You have the SAG
Yeah.
awards. The Emmys and the Golden Globes. Why not the Verdis? Something and televise it. So yeah, even if I know this short film festival was on Hollywood Boulevard, a Man's Chinese Theater, but why not televise it?
That's true.
So God bless you for doing this. This is wonderful that you're
Of course.
spending your valuable time, your life doing that, and promoting it and have a fan page, interviewing us.
I
So
love doing this. So yeah.
so okay. See this crown? Can you reach in? Can you reach in right now? And you deserve it. Can I put this on your head right now? Okay. Because you deserve it for your hosannas.
Thank you.
There you go.
Um, What helps you relax on, like, when you're feeling not so good?
Great question. Yeah, and believe me, that happens a lot. Like now, it's like a little bit of a downtime. It's January, the holidays are over. Oh fuck! Like it was like go 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 go, insane, making thousands of dollars. The Santa thing, the verticals, always in the national spot we just shot. I'll just say for a bank that's going to air during the Super Bowl. And I was co-starring in that as a Wall Street executive. Anyway, so it was like all this shit, the holidays, it's going. And December flies by, and then January's a letdown after New Year's, right? And it does slow down a little bit in the I've done a couple of verticals in January, but it's not as much as typical, right? Between February and the end of the year. So what I do is I tell this to other actors too that are work. This one actress who's working booked up the whole month of February verticals. I go, it's about balance. I don't have kids. I don't have a wife. Not that I don't want to down the road, but so what I do is I go to a coffee shop. I have my book. Actually, it's an acting book I'm reading right now. I'll just chill. It's almost antithetical, right? We're just on the go. Keep in mind from you, but I know when you get older, you go, you gotta have a balance. I think to be successful, and actually to take even like a president of the United States, just in general, people who are in the executive offices of major corporations, what I've noticed is they take a step back. It's all about thinking, taking time to think. I know how crazy is that to fucking take time out of your day to think. So I don't
Yeah.
book up my day. What do I do to get over depression, especially like today? Like the other day this week, a little down. This interview helps me get up a little bit, and then Sunday I'll get back on track. I won't be a little down, as down like because things are not happening as fast as I want them to. I'm trying to get the music going. My music, I play guitar, and music going. Trying to get a band together this year. That's my New Year's resolution. And so go to coffee shop, chill for a couple of hours, read the book. I'll go to a movie. I'm seeing a movie tonight. I try to go movies a couple of times a week. That's another thing too, just to relax, chill out. Even though my mind kind of races and it's kind of hard to concentrate on the film itself. So that's another thing. Go to the gym. I work out, believe it or not. You wouldn't know it, but I work out 5, 6 times a week with heavy weights. And I try to do what's called, I told this other actress, I go, oh yeah, this other actor, I go, a friend of mine, he goes, I'm working every day until the end of the month in January. I go, well, do what I do. So I was so and so. What do what I do and take a staycation. Why don't you just for a day go in a hotel, motel? It's affordable. It's not like you have to be a millionaire. I'll go to Santa Barbara, Carpinteria, Oceanside. It's here in Southern California, the areas, Newport Beach, you know what I mean? So I'll try to go close enough where I'm only an hour and a half away. And then if I get a gig, I'm like, right, so like a working vacation, but you're by the beach, you know what I mean? So you do think
Mhm.
it's mental health, man. It's now,
Mm.
life, what is your health, mental health, finances, and love life, all that, and professional life. It's a balance. I hope that, sorry for my long-winded answers, but I hope
No,
that
you're totally fine.
I didn't bore people. Did you tune out? I hope you didn't tune out.
Mm, no, you're
All right,
totally
good.
fine.
Because I got my lint cleaner. I gotta clean my lint cleaner. Okay, there we go. All right.
What do you hope to see in the vertical space happening this year?
Yes, great question. What I would like to see in the vertical space, and I'm sure it's been thought about, there needs to be more verticals in different genres. What do I mean by that? The westerns. And I did audition recently for I believe two verticals that are western themed. How cool is that? Going back to the, late 19th century, 1800s to about 1915, that period, right? I think so. Westerns. I think there should be just like in film, sci-fi. More. I saw a sci-fi film. I'm in one vertical that involves what do you call it when you do the sword? I forget. I thought that was
Yeah.
kind of cool, unique. What do you call it when you do that? There's a word for that when you're competition.
Uh, dueling?
Dueling, that's it. Dueling, yes. But competition competitive, you dress all white, you have the mask. I thought that's pretty cool. Um, sci-fi, the stuff that Tom Cruise does. A race car driver would be cool. To get out of just the mansion. We talked about, there's this like certain components to ingredients to a vertical script, typically, the wedding scene, the banquet, the mansion. And it's great filming in different locations, by the way. That's the cool
Yeah.
thing about vertical shit, places I could never afford, like Bel Air, stay mansions, but cool seeing, I'm there for a reason. I'm not uh trespassing the place, I'm there. So it's great to be able to go to these places. So different genres. I think sci-fi would be really cool. You could definitely go there.
I agree. Yes.
Wait, one other thing. I would love to see a vertical shown in a movie theater. I think that would be kind of cool. Right? Do you guys agree out there?
um, if you could step into any existing show or movie that's
Mhm.
not vertical, which one?
Yeah, what would I do? Yeah, great question. Actually, actually a brilliant question, not just great. It's brilliant. Why? Because I'm trying to get on the new James Bond movie, the one that Amazon's producing. Amazon, I've been following James Bond for many years, right? You can call me a James Bondophile. And so I'm trying to get on James Bond, the new one, not as James Bond. Although that'd be fucking cool, as like, but I don't, I'm not, what the James people think of James Bond. But because I talk with a British accent in a lot of these different verticals, I actually play the butler role all the time. And I have an app that helps me to talk with a British accent and the cadences and that kind of thing. The inflections and the cadences is what somebody from England, the UK, which how will they talk? So I thought I would love to be in the next James Bond movie, and it's not out of the question. So I got so far as getting to the assistant of one of the producers, actually talking to the associate producer about it, and I do know who's it's now known who's directing it. It was big Christopher Nolan, that changed, so I would say James Bond of all crazy things, right? I keep on it. I want to do more Marvel movies or DC. I was in Guardians of the Galaxy. I worked with James Gunn, who's now the head of DC. He wrote Superman. James Gunn, right there on the set. You know, Coming on the heels of Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy. This is the holiday special. Working with these like the Spielberg of Marvel movies, right? So I go, man, I want to do more of that. Make me a villain. I want to show you a photo or something, but I'll probably anyway. So I would say that, and my own projects. Oh, comedian. I'm doing a project now. Me and my production partner, where it's a passion project, which means we just film it whenever we can, and we don't have money. Money. We shoot it literally with our iPhones, but it's coming out great. Filter stuff. You can shoot with your iPhones now. You have to
Yeah.
shoot with Aeroflex, although it would be great. A red camera. So that's another one. The next frontier is the king of comedy. I'm the self-proclaimed king of comedy because I think I'm funnier than all these schmucks that are on the comedy stage right now. I don't know. They're not funny to me. And people can say I'm not funny. Well, all right. You know what I mean? I think I'm the funniest man alive. And I can prove it to you because I just did this thing where I was a mime and I just totally I think I stole the show on this one guy's YouTube video. He's got 1.4 million followers. So I think I'm going to steal the show on this guy's video. I played a mime. So that's another thing. Oh, yeah. Do you know comedy? Excuse me while I take a. You don't mind me smoking, right? Anyway. So, comedy. I hope I make people laugh when I do all that stuff. I'm glad I made you laugh. I'm glad I made you laugh.
You already do with me, so probably with
Yeah.
other people as well.
Yes, you're my audience, so I know if I make you laugh, the audience is laughing.
Nah, you can make me laugh pretty easily. Um, what is what is something you still hope to achieve?
What is it? What is? Sorry, I'm making you laugh. I can't get your question out.
What is
Make you.
something?
Sorry, I made you laugh so hard. Now, keep in mind, as a comedian, I'm going to try to, keep pulling funny at it.
What is something you still hope to achieve in your
Yeah.
future?
Thank you for asking that. One of my goals is, and I don't care if anybody says I'm delusional, is to play the Super Bowl halftime show with a band, with my own original music. And I think it's feasible. Why? Because the costumes, my music, it's got to be commercial and it can be competitive with Taylor Swift. That's one of my goals, right? Comedy. Like I always tell people, my what I want for Christmas is a $60 million Netflix special, comedy special. You know what I mean? Or go on stage. That's another goal of mine is to do, is to be king of the comedy world, music, and of course acting. And we all want to do what's called an EGOT. You know what EGOT is?
No.
It's Emmy. EGOT is it's a very coveted combination of awards: Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. Right? EGOT. Did I forget something, people? And so EGOT, and not just once, like twice. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to do something, I want to do it. I want to do it up. So not just once. Oh yeah, I got the EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, Golden Globe, whatever. You know what I mean? So win those awards. It's just, it's just very satisfying. I know it's not all about awards. It's about to me, it is about art. With
Mhm.
music, like and the other thing is too, as crazy as it sounds, I want to be competitive with the Beatles. You go, wait a minute, the Beatles had 72 top 100 hits, 20, I go, well, I came up with 1,500 song ideas, maybe 70 are decent. How about, again, you got to have, I think, and it sounds crazy, but I go, wait a minute, people, you have to have big goals. You got to shoot for the
That's
stars.
true.
And you get,
Yeah.
so I think you got to, it just helps me shoot higher than, just, getting hits. Like, no, I want to try to surpass the Beatles, even though I think the Beatles are the greatest. It'll never happen but let me try to get 72 hits and surpass that. So anyway, I know it's crazy. I think you gotta have goals, man.
Yeah.
Purpose in life, things to shoot for. I know people don't. I don't know. I can't live my life like that. Like equilibrium. I gotta like flat. I gotta keep shooting up.
No, I totally agree with you. Is there any countries you haven't been to that you would love to go?
Yeah, as absolutely London, because I talk with a British accent. And I
Mhm.
Anglophile. I do enjoy. It's intriguing to me. What trying different. I'm a foodie, so I want to try different foods, cultures. I know there's other things out there. So Europe, Egypt. Uh, I want Bora Bora. I just said that line in a vertical. That was a fun thing. Uh,
That's true, yeah.
Spain, Bora Bora. Yeah, it was one a line where I give away a trip to Bora Bora. I'm like, fuck. I want to go to Bora Bora. Let me take these two fake tickets and try to go to the airlines with these two fake tickets and go to Bora Bora. I'm sure I get me far. So anyway, yeah, I need to get outside. The furthest I've been outside of the country is Nogales, Mexico. And you people laugh, yeah, because there's more to life in the world than just Nogales, Mexico, and America, right? Different cultures, different food. I want to be a worldly kind of guy.
Yeah.
Israel's another place I want to visit too. Israel, being
Cool.
Jewish, like okay, go to the homeland.
Yeah. Let me look. One, two, three, eight more questions.
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna say, how much time do you have? I was gonna say we can.
I have all evening.
Oh no, okay. What do you want to just? I can just kind of quickly rattle through them. I do have to get going too. It was my fault. I'm just talking. But
when
go ahead. Is there?
when do
Do you
you
want
need
to?
to go?
I was just saying. I kind of have to get going on other stuff, but we can. I can go ahead and rifle through some of the questions real quick.
The next one is a little funny, and
All right, go for
that
it.
is
I like.
if you were stranded on a deserted island and can't get off of it, and only got to take three things with you, which one?
Oh yeah, so I'm on an island. On an island by myself. What three things would I bring?
Yeah.
Uh, Number one, a toothbrush, because I'm very anal about having my toothbrush. I would have shave because I don't want to grow a beard. I just like having a nice clean shave and clothing. That's it because I'm a kind of guy. I'll figure out ways of doing shit. Making lemons out of lemonade.
That's
And I know it's simple, right? Can you believe it's crazy?
yeah. Then I have
7 more questions. Go ahead.
6. I already asked
6.
one, by the way.
6.
If you could talk to your younger self, what would you say to him?
Yeah, I'd say save your money, save every dollar as much as you can because money is power, baby. And I just keep in mind, I just played a Wall Street executive, right? A Wall Street
Mhm.
executive who makes money either way. You play the market both ways. As a friend of mine says, the market goes up. I go, what do you think the market is? He goes, up and down, up and down. I go, yeah, that's a pretty damn good prediction of the stock market, right? And the way to make money is, betting both ways, shorting the market. That's why hedge funds are multi-billion-dollar companies, and then buying stocks. So it's saving your money. And money is power. It gives you freedom, man. Money's not everything. Yes, I know, but it gives you the freedom to do what you want, man.
That's true.
Time you can't get back. It gives you that freedom. I did food deliveries for 10 years. I can't get that time back.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a colossal waste, but it is a colossal waste. I'm just saying. So that's it. Save as much money as you can.
What is something you learned from doing verticals?
Great question. I would say what's helped me a lot is there's a lot of dialogue. So memorization skill, to hone my memorization skill and to keep your mind sharp. When you get older, you want to keep your mind sharp so you don't get Alzheimer's. I've read books on this, like, how do you keep your mind sharp? How do you avoid Alzheimer's? What do you eat that that's going to keep you healthy to, extend your lifespan, right? There's a book that I just read about that. So that's another thing is keeping your mind sharp, and it does keep my mind sharp. Oh, another thing what I love is I'm working with people that are 1/4 my age. They're 20, in their 20s. Like, wow, it keeps you young, and it's great. They're keeping me young. They're like so sharp as far as pop culture, but and music helps you keep up on what's music, right? And pop culture. But they're so great, the young people memorizing lines like this is their superhero trait. I may have more life experience, like I know what to focus on and what not to focus on to not waste time. So that's it. It's just, memorization keeps sharp and you work with young people to keep me younger.
Yeah. Do you have any specific thing you do when you arrive on set before filming?
No, because I did it beforehand. So all I do is prep. So that's why I'm just
Yeah.
chill. And I know, okay, from experience, I know there's gonna be somebody I know and they want to talk to me. And likewise, I want to talk to them. It's like, oh fuck. Sometimes I wish nobody knew who I was on set. And they know me, I know them. Is because then I could really just and there's no unlike movie business, there's no trailers. You don't get a trailer on the side. That's fine. These productions are 150 grand to about $250,000 productions, right? Under 300K. Talking about the verticals, each one. And that's why they're so lucrative. They're quick and they're popular. And many budgets compared to Hollywood. Anyway, so uh, I prep ahead of time. Again, they're the self tapes, notes and scripts. Although when I get on the set, I do watch the tape again. I go over my lines again, but I've been going on over my lines the past 24 hours. But I'm this why I'm like really chill, ready to go. And I know the key is to be yourself.
Yeah.
And it is a performance. It's the one time performance. Maybe you get 3 to 5 takes. And then when I watch it, when I had the takes, thank God they pick the best takes and they make me look good. I'm talking about the editors. So I know, keep my experience going in. When you get to the sets, it's like any job. You're going, oh, okay, where's the wardrobe at? And it's like hurry up and
Yeah.
wait for 3 hours. It's not like I'm going on the set right away, like in the movies. Make it out to be get on the set and you go right. You're like, okay, get on the set. No, it's you hurry up and wait 3 hours. So I'm there. But I do try to get on the mindset. And there have been times, when you get an asshole mindset, it's like I don't want to fucking talk to anybody. That So I hope that helps. I've already done the preps. I go in, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Then I have what was your most challenging or rewarding acting job?
Oh yeah, great, fabulous question. Thank you for asking that. Justin Timberlake, "Can't Stop the Feeling," part of an ensemble, 12 dancers. Got to work with his choreographer, Marty Holdelka is his name. Justin Timberlake's choreographer. That number two, Demi Lovato. I got I got to be on her album cover. I mean, and that was keep in mind, like this is not planned. Like the night before I got the gig to be, I really wanted to work on her music video, and I so that was a last minute thing. Got on board, and I got to be in her on her cover. That was like, which was on poster boards on Hollywood Boulevard, on cassettes and receipts. So that number three, Avril Lavigne's music video, "Because I Stole the Show," played a bellhop. I'm not to say that people worked on it would agree, because I got to be a bellhop. It was last. It was the martini shot of the night. Cold, cold. It was 11 o'clock at night. That was 7 hour. Hurry up and wait 7 hours. Meaning, on the set, and then 7 hours later, chugging some power drinks to get energetic again, do the dance moves. Because the director said, "You dance fantastic. Can you do these moves?" So that's the last minute. I love that. It was great. I love doing that. What else? One more. The Super Bowl spots I just did. I played Excuse Executive. I love that because I saw on the monitor how good it looks. Oh, and the one I did, the faith based one that's coming out, the Super Bowl ad. I got to work with an Oscar winning director of photography on The Brutalist on that. And his reason, the Guardians of the Galaxy. I got to work with two Avengers, even though I didn't have any lines. I got to work with Dave Bautista and Pom Klementieff. Dave Bautista, he's 6'5", and James Gunn. I mean, come on, man. The Spielberg directing Marvel movies. Now he's on in DC side of Warner Brothers. I mean, come on, that's a dream. That's like one in a million, man.
Yeah. Okay, then I have,
Yeah, keep it.
if
Go for it.
you if you could have any superpowers, which one?
Great question. I would say mind reading
And
because mind reading, like because I just like to be in tune with other people, like really connect. And I think my pharmacist said this of all people. He goes, "I have high emotional intelligence." Meaning, like, because when you get to, when you get to a certain age, you go, I really kind of know how to read people's body language. I like to think I could read minds, but not really. You know what I mean? Like read people. I go read the
yeah,
room. Read. And when I teach public speaking on the side, that's my side hustle on the side. Not a lot of clients, just a few. And I would say just reading the room and getting the tone of the room or the mood of the. I think that's important. Reading people to really connect with people. For me, it's being an entertainer. It's infotainer, entertainer, connecting on a musical level or as an actor, or even when I make my own projects. Am I connecting? Is this something with am I entertaining people? That's all about another human being and how they respond. That's with the verticals. Is how is another person who's watching this? How are they going to respond? I always think like, how are they going to get my character? Somebody who's watching it. And I can imagine I'm pretty good at like, oh yeah, they're gonna because my friends always give me feedback on Instagram's great for that. I'm getting feedback right away. Like, oh yeah, they're gonna think this when I did the way I just did it. So I hope that help. I hope it answers that question.
yes, it does. And then there's last one, and that is I always end with this, and that is if you want to say something to the viewers who have been watching Verticals, viewers
Mhm.
who have been watching our conversation right now, or me as ending.
Right. To end this, to say to them, I'd say thank you for your support. Thank you for watching, keeping alive, and a continuation of it predicted to last until 2020, 2030. Excuse me, another 4 or 5 years from now, and hopefully beyond that. So thank you for your support. It helps fund my living and to me to be a better actor with each one. And thank you for watching, for your support. Thanks. Keep. Oh, and I'm open to and filmmakers are too. We're open to ideas of what you'd like to see in verticals. Genres. What you'd like to see added characters.
Yeah, that were all my questions. I want to thank you for joining me.
Sorry, making a laugh because I know how to make people laugh. Okay, thanks very much, everybody. See you later. Cheers. Go ahead, talk to the chair. No, just kidding. I'm just joking. I'm good at making people like continuation, making people laugh. So thanks, everybody. I'm out of here. Some interview I didn't know. No, it was the best. It was terrific. I had no. So, sorry, go ahead. I'll let you wrap it up. Oh, I was good. I know we gotta have fun with this, right?
Yeah,
So I'm good.
I wanted to thank you for this great conversation.
It's crazy. I know.
And I want to thank you. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And
And likewise, thank you so much. This is great, wonderful. Thank you for the opportunity. I love this. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Great questions. Really, it's an honor for me to do this with you. So I appreciate the time.
thank you.
Can't wait to see you. Take care. All the best, and hope you enjoy
Bye.
the rest of your night there
You
in
too.
Netherlands. So all the
Bye.
best. God bless you too, Sonny. Bye bye.